Okay. I have, I was my computer came with that Realtek audio thing or whatever, and for some reason it apparently was not. Like one time I managed to get it to work properly, allowing me to listen to something through the headphones, and the rest of the time it's like, no, you just can't use your headphones. So that makes it difficult trying to record my voice as well as recording, something, without, getting an echo or whatever. So anyway, um, did the Windows troubleshooting thing or whatever, and apparently it removed the Realtek driver and replaced it with something else. So I have no idea whether this is working. So this video is sort of a test as well. Anyway, to briefly, very briefly cover this story. eBay to ban hentai, sexy anime, manga, and some, whatever that word is, models. eBay has moved to place restrictions on many adult-themed items. Sex toys, provided the packaging is appropriate or not in any photograph, are allowed. Okay, so I guess that means like dildos or whatever. They're still doing that. Um, Interesting. And there are some exceptions for Playboy, Playgirl, Mayfair, and Penthouse magazines. Other content that contains nudity, displays of sexual activity, or even just skimpy clothes will be prohibited. Well, what the fuck? That's crazy. That's crazy talk. That could, I mean, like, comic books and shit could potentially find themselves banned for that if they're not, I mean, it says manga, but, some Western comics are, contain lots of skimpy clothing, so I don't know. Items currently in the adult section of the site will not be able to relist. Wow. New policy change calls out anime comics. Okay, going after comics particularly, I guess. Manga, hentai, and yaoi. Aw, come on, man. Hentai? Skimpily dressed tentacles? It even bans sexually explicit books. What, even text-based shit is not... Jesus. Getting puritanical over at eBay, which I don't understand. I mean, it's like eBay's trying to destroy their business. And they've already... I mean, there's a ton of sellers, if anybody hasn't... if anybody's not on eBay or haven't noticed this, there's a ton of sellers on eBay that point out they only accept PayPal. They will not take any other form of payment. I don't know what all of those sellers, there's a crap ton of them, are going to do once eBay gets rid of PayPal, because eBay's already announced, they announced months ago or whenever, that I think maybe next year, 2022, or something, or sometime or other in the relatively near future, only like a year or year and a half or 2 years or whatever out, they're going to not deal with PayPal anymore. They're going to have some kind of, eBay Pay or whatever to replace it, I guess. And, but the question is, it's like, will people go for that? Or will they just be like, nah, we'll find some other platform to sell our shit on? And PayPal is the only thing that I use on eBay. First of all, a lot of people that are selling collectible shit or whatever, they only take PayPal. And secondly, I'm not really interested in giving my credit card away to too many places. I figure it's better to just use PayPal. So I don't know. I guess once eBay does away with PayPal, I probably will basically stop dealing with eBay. Oh man. The rules are less clear around collectibles such as whatever the hell, models and statues. Art and collectibles are allowed but must not have sexually suggestive poses. See, that is super not clear. See, saying something like sexually suggestive poses, this to me, this fucking sounds like a recipe for eBay just being able to decide to lump anything they want in or out, for that matter, of this category of not allowable. It's a recipe for abuse of their terms of service, as it were. It's like, oh, we're going to say this and we're going to make it kind of vague, nebulous, not too sure whether you fall into it or out of it. And basically it's just eBay will decide on a case-by-case basis. They'll decide whether you get fucked over or not as a seller. Like, oh, if we like you, and perhaps if they like your politics, no problem. You can sell whatever sexual shit you want, and they're not going to say anything about it. But if you're somebody that they don't like for some reason, then they'll find any excuse they can to be like, oh, well, your stuff doesn't fit our definition of acceptable products, and therefore it's disallowed. That just sounds to me like exactly what they're doing. They're making it this way on purpose so they can throw anything off that they want, but keep anything that they want to keep. And it'll just be them deciding it. These types of things are made to be abused. Art and although models aren't mentioned, as eBay's interest in collectibles seems mainly be vintage postcards. Well, that's certainly not what I buy off eBay. Damn. eBay's move is on trend with other platforms putting some distance between themselves and sexual content. Does that seem strange to anybody else? I mean, as the SJWs, they've infested, every corporation in existence just about, and they always seem to push for more sexual liberation type stuff. But I guess that was only while they were tearing down civilization. Now that they've pretty much achieved destruction of Western civilization, they're like, oh, well, now we're going to have our version of Puritanism, and all the land whales get really pissed off about, these statues or artwork or whatever depicting, as they would put it, unrealistic, female figures. In other words, women that actually go to the gym or something. Hey, look, I don't go to the gym, and I'm not gonna, my policy on that, I guess, is just one of, look, if you don't look like a fitness model or whatever, it's like, I got no hate for you because you didn't put in the effort. Hey, I don't put in the effort. But at the same time, it's like, I don't bitch about dudes out there who do put in the effort and do look good. I'm not like, oh, that's not fair. He worked his ass off and he's got results from it, But I don't want him, showing off his, his biceps or whatever. I don't complain about that. As a rule, generally guys don't, because we don't give a shit. It's like, oh yeah, that guy looks, look, he's all ripped and shit. That's great for him, and maybe it inspires us to want to be the same, and maybe it doesn't. But, but either way, we typically don't really give a shit. But women, they get so fucking jealous. They're so envious of, of attractive, unattractive women are so envious of attractive women. It's crazy. It's like, I mean, there's some things you can do about it, honey, and there's some things you can't. And it's like, it's up to you whether you want to do what you can. I don't care, But what I do care about is you bitching and being like, oh, people shouldn't appreciate the female figure that they like because it doesn't happen to be yours. However, as Vice's Gabriel Geiger points out, whatever, you can still buy anti-vax or Nazi material on the site. Well, that's good. The anti-vax is good anyway. The Nazi stuff, it's like, I mean, I don't even know what they mean by Nazi material. I mean, copies of Mein Kampf, probably, Okay, so what? And I don't know. Maybe they mean T-shirts of Hitler memes or something, which I don't want to glorify Hitler. I really don't. But there's been some times when I feel like, just because it's, pun intended, verboten, you know, people should be like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna wear a T-shirt with like, Hitler smiling on it or something. It's like, just to fuck with people, you know. See, someplace. I mean, it was removed at some point, I believe, but there was briefly on some game modification site some kind of mod to do with the Nazis or whatever. And the little thumbnail image of it that they had was a Hitler meme. It had Hitler, like laughing or something, and it's captioned. And then I was like, YOLO, it's funny, it is. Oh man, but there's some really funny Hitler memes out there, and like I said, not wanting to glorify Hitler or the Nazis or anything like that, but I mean, they were leftists. I'm not in favor of leftists. But some of the memes are funny, and I'm totally not against the sharing of memes. Whatever it is. I mean, look, if there were any, maybe there are. I don't know. I haven't looked. But if there were like genuinely funny memes of Marx, who is one of the most awful people to have ever lived, I wouldn't at all advocate that. Oh, nobody should be allowed to share those. It's like, it doesn't. Whatever. I don't. I'm. As time goes on, I'm less and less easily offended by some things. I'm well, I don't know. I choose to take offense at people being hypocritical assholes and wanting rules for the rest of us, but not for them. They don't have to follow their own fucking rules, But like just getting upset because I you care too much about what other people think of you or something like that. It's like, yeah, that was a problem for me when I was younger, and the older I get, the less and less I fucking care, which is probably the natural progression of things, the way that it should work. Anyway, this fucking sucks. This is not something that I am cool with. It's like, if you want to ban hentai, if you want to ban it on your site, I guess you can. Nobody can stop you because it's your fucking site. But why would you want to? Like, what is your problem with it? Like hentai. It's animated porn, for fuck's sake. Who cares? Sexy anime, same thing. Just less pornographic, I guess. Manga. What's the problem? And I assume this is an example. Yeah. Beetlejuice? Wait a minute. Is that a character from Beetlejuice, or is that Beetlejuice as a woman? I don't know. I don't know what the hell that is. But it's like, if some people want to buy this shit, it's like, why wouldn't why get in the way? And if you're a platform for selling shit, it's like, why put those restrictions on? It's like, you're only going to be getting less money for yourself. Of course, I don't know, and I don't know what the major alternatives are to eBay. I don't know. A lot of people sell shit on Etsy. The only thing I know about Etsy is, apparently, unless you have a fucking account or something and you're logged in, then whenever you go to their fucking site, for some reason it shows you everything in Hong Kong dollars. And, it's like, okay, that's totally uninformative. It costs 800 Hong Kong dollars. What the fuck is that in real money? I don't know. It's fucking weird. think I saw a couple of custom Scream masks on there that I thought were interesting. It must have been years ago, though, because it was... Or maybe it was a different site. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure they showed it in, like, actual American money. It was like $90 or something. I was like, yeah, that's pretty fucking expensive. But then again, if it's well made... Bought an official one on Amazon, you know, and I was expecting it to be decent, you know. I mean, not. I was expecting it to be cheap, but I was expecting it to be an actual mask, and it's like, no, it's just a piece of fucking molded plastic. That, you know, it's like there's nothing else to it. It's like, you know, it's like the damn thing is gonna break the first anyway. First time you try to wear it, it's probably gonna break on you or something. You know, it's cheap ass. Anyway, let you get what you pay for, I guess. At least, hopefully. Alright, so, until the next one.